How's it going, folks? Just waiting for Giddy to come in. Hop in. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be back. Yeah, just waiting for Giddy to come in. So, did people see that live yesterday in town, Moore Street? I'm sure we're going to be talking about that. He's supposed to have, I don't know now how true it is, but he's supposed to have had a knife on him. I think somebody mentioned in the comments, I don't want to say her name, but she says she paused the video or something, you could see in the shadow, it looked like a knife. He's the other lad now. What's the story?
You alright?
Yeah.
What were you talking about? Yeah.
I was just talking about yesterday. I ran in town yesterday.
That gambling.
Yeah, I was just saying that it looked like somebody said in my comments, he paused the video, it looked like he had a knife in his hand. And you can see by the shadow of the sun from the sun that it looked like it was a knife.
I didn't see a knife in his hand. That's being
I didn't
honest with
see
you.
it. I didn't see it, but I heard he's supposed to have had a knife on him, but I don't know how true it was. That's what I was saying to people here.
He admitted that he has a knife on him.
Yeah, was that just scare tactics?
No, the other guy came down and said that he was going to cut him. Yeah. So literally, when he walked down, he said he's going to cut me. He says, "Do you think I don't have a knife?"
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. When your man said that to him, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
So at the end of the day, he didn't look like somebody that was over to be a doctor, or engineer, and that like that. To be fair.
Over the scrounge out the state, that's what he is.
Yeah, big scar along his cheek already.
Yeah, he's supposed to have, people are supposed to know him around there. Something Dove or something his name is.
Something Dove or not, he's disgusting motherfucker, the way he carried on. Yeah, right, Aaron, what's the story? The stubs, if you ask me, carrying on like that, there's no need for shouting and screaming like that. And what's he doing standing in the lane with his pants down anyway for?
That's what your man behind me was trying to tell me, they do that in their own culture. And then, there was another man there standing beside us, and he says, they don't do that in their own culture. They don't fucking jock themselves right down in their own culture. I mean, maybe they have their trousers hanging down a little bit, but they don't have their bleeding trousers down around their ankles, you know what I mean? Mr. Irish.
Yeah, to get the brace in under the balls, probably.
Yeah, he was there as well, Mr. Irish. Yeah, we were me, Giddy, 420, and another lad. It was just we just caught them by an accident. Me and 420 did. I was kind of heading back up towards. I was going to head up towards O'Connell Street because nothing was really happening. And then I just heard a bit of air going down the lane. Looked down the lane. Your man had his trousers down. Not enough of them getting the shit knocked out of him. Yeah, how are you, Vincent? Sorry, man. I was over in the City West today. Over Saggart protest. Yeah, it wasn't really that big to tell you the truth. It wasn't really that, and a lot of people are coming out, saying at this Saggart protest. I'm not being bad against people now, but a lot of people are coming out and saying, "Oh, you took care of foreign people before," and all. So it's not being racist. No, nobody thinks you're racist. Nobody. That's the way people shouldn't be thinking that what they're saying is racist. Nothing what they're saying is racist. And I heard some fellas saying, I don't even want to say, Irish first, because that sounds a bit racist. And I was thinking, where the hell did you get that from? It should be the Irish. No, that's one minute you hear him talking, Kitty. Like 1 minute he
Yeah,
was saying, there was I remember back in 2000 or whatever. I don't know what date he said, 2000 or something, early 2000, and he says there was 2009. I think he said there was 7,000 people homeless. Now there's 17,000 people homeless. And
that's
then
it.
next minute he turns out and says, I don't want to say Irish Ireland first because it might sound a bit racist. I'm like, that's very contradicting. I mean, to say something like that, come out and say that statement, and then come out and say that at the end.
And even say that I don't think I'm racist. What you could be judging yourself to think you're racist if you're not racist. You know what I mean? That's the
I
way I
heard a
see
lot of
it.
them saying that. A lot of them from that group, they all seem to repeat themselves. I'm not saying this because I'm not being racist here. I took care of people here, and I done this and I done that for foreign people and all that kind of stuff.
It's a
People
good way
shouldn't
of
have
putting
that
it.
mind
You
frame.
separate your washing, and you don't put the darks in with the whites, or you end
How
up
you,
with
Sean?
you end up with diversity if you mix the whites with the black.
That's right. Just remind me at that Jamie fella back in. My name is Jamie or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Remember you were
something like
saying
that.
that
Yeah, yeah. My
you
name's
used to watch
Jamie. Yeah.
it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No notifications, Jerry. No, I don't know what the story is. That's probably
No
why there's
notification
not
on
many
this.
people there. No notification for this live. Gone out. Don't know why.
Hmm. Unusual.
Yeah, my name is James. Yeah, yeah. So I think is he banned or something? I think he said he was banned off my channel, and he says he likes watching me channel. So I'll add you back in because he's in the Trigger Podcast channel today. He should be still part of this channel, shouldn't he? So you might even come in. But I have to add him back into my other channel.
Thanks for the bit of help there today, Jerry, as well, removing some of them people that were just stacking the bollocks. Appreciate it.
There you go, you acting up again, yeah.
Probably fucking looking into your account now or something like that because
Then he's blocking that Finn back in. Yeah, I don't know why. Who's blocking Finn all the time? I think he's getting blocked. And I keep on adding him back in.
Finn's not blocked from here. He was in there today.
He's probably blocked from my one.
No, it's just nice to be nice, Jerry, because you took the time out. You come in and you do it prompt time as well. You do it like quick time. Get on that case as soon as they do it. So it's just nice to be nice, and it's appreciative when people do that and help you out like that.
That's what I was
Sometimes you
saying to
just
you,
need
man.
to sit down
Remember
and
I
see
was
what's
telling you
going
about
on.
Jerry's a deadly mod to have. I had him on me mousey channel. I have him on me mousey channel. He's fucking perfect. I mean, he's great at fucking sharing out links. Like he's like literally like a fucking like that. He is. And I've met Jerry a couple of times in real life, So
No, it's just nice to be appreciative of that. That's all I'm saying. It's good to have people like that in around where you are when
I
you're,
have to say, Jerry's been very good to me as well. I have to say.
that's how we should be.
I know he has not just been me mod, I mean, he has been in real life. He has been very good to me when I met him that time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You meet good people along the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Throughout this little
100%.
journey. And it's like you find out who the bad and the good is.
Yeah, and to everybody out there, 420 is a good guy too. I like 420.
Yeah, for 20 years he's banged down the earth. He is. I say, so was your man Gary. Gary, what's his name?
Gary Stoll,
So,
yeah,
uh, there's a good few people along the way that you meet that are, good skins, like good people.
genuine.
And do you know what? I was actually surprised the other day there as well, thinking of it. There's quite a few people going to fucking London from Ireland as well, by the way, for this fucking engagement. And
As
I
in,
thought,
you know them.
I know some of them, yeah. But I was very surprised that right across the board, right up and down the country, there's quite a few people going. So we're not on our own kind of thing.
But if we can get that thing that 420 was saying to us here on, man, by giving our name and all that kind of stuff, yeah, that'll come in
Yeah,
dead handy. We can get a better position. with the camera.
So, yeah, a great little community as long as you have, yeah, it's true. But like everybody that's in here is positive. Everybody that has anything to say is usually positive about everything. They're very rarely, like I know we get a couple of people that want to have a bit of a laugh and turn it into a bit of a laugh and
Same
make
as
the
you,
scene.
Sean. You've been there from day one. Sound bloke,
But
100%. Same as you, Arden.
yeah,
Yeah, 420 is a good lad, yeah. He always has me back.
yeah, 420 is like that. Though, he's a good lad.
Oh,
Wears a
he's
heart on his
genuine.
sleeve,
Yeah, he's
and
genuine.
yeah, does no harm to nobody. Just does his thing and has a good view, a good eye for what he wants to see.
Yeah,
Oh,
100%. He's definitely.
yeah, it's an awkward position. Yeah, I know. It's just that so many people are there as well, Jerry. But I did ask him the question, and I am going to pick it back up with him. It's like I am going to try to get on his case because he's claiming to be independent now for his kids now. And the last confrontation that I had with him, that's why I apologized to him because the last time I was going to fucking kill him. Like, uh, we were
I think
outside.
most people were, man.
Yeah, yeah. It was like we were put it this way, we were pretty angry with him, right? The boys from a certain group that we did be with, he was just it's the way he just turned up and he had his two little minders with him and he was like we were still thinking he was with
Cheers,
Sinn
bro.
Féin and all that. Do you know what I mean? But it turns out that he's a fucking nice soul. He's not a bad person. So hence the apology to him. Do you know what I mean?
Are we Hillbilly John? Here's another good soul. He's a good lad as well, Hillbilly John. He's been in
Yeah,
White Lies for a
Hillbilly's been there with me today as well.
good long time, yeah.
Yeah, you got to be handling nicely with people because you have to kind of gain their trust. If you get up in their face and you start getting all aggravated, you're not going to get very far. You'll find I done an interview with a security guard there on Moore Street yesterday. Well, the people who were watching it would have seen that, and anyway. But as you can see, I try to be nice with people. I ask them a series of questions that would probably coming into my head. That's if I'm not interrupted, if he's noticed. And I actually found a quite good combo with that security guard yesterday.
Okay,
But
Howard.
when this got kicked off yesterday, he was anyway nowhere near to be seen. Now he's supposed to be watching that street and he can get the guards down, he can get other security down. So he's nowhere to be seen. He was fucking hiding.
He asked me
So
later on, man, when we brought back up the road, he says, what happened down the lane, the alleyway? I says, your man has bleeding fucking trousers around his ankles. And he just kind of shrugged his shoulders. All right.
yeah, that's it's normal in their culture. You all right, Howard? What's the story?
That's not normal, is it, man? You don't have to bleeding trousers. You don't walk up to each other now on the street and say, all right, how are you, Johnny? What's the story? You were down the shops today with your trousers around your ankles when you're having a chat with a wait on. It's just, that's fucking strange, man. I mean, it's weird.
I
How
don't,
you
I don't
say
think it's standing on any street anywhere with my pants down around my ankles.
yeah, it's just a bit weird, you know. So I walk into shops in fucking South Africa now, do I? With my trousers
And
around
look
the
at
ankles
that.
asking for a packet of cigarettes. Yeah, a packet of John Player Blue Walker there, but the jocks around your ankles. They were speaking French. Maybe he spent a long time in Mr. Root. Maybe he spent a long time in France before he came here. Heard the benefits were here were better in Ireland, but they're stopping all that now, aren't they? They're stopping people that now have already seeked asylum in another country, and now they're trying to get asylum somewhere else.
Yeah, so they say they will.
Yeah, so we say, yeah.
They
And then
always
go back.
say that they'll do this, that, and the other, and there's always some sort of alternative with it. We have no obligation to take in these people whatsoever, and we shouldn't have been taking them in the first place.
No, not when we have
The way he
17,000 of our
spoke
own.
on Wall Street yesterday was perfect. Yeah, there was enough of us there to deal with the situation if it had gotten out of hand, to be fair. But you see, that's again the kind of real one. You don't fucking just aim out and hit at somebody first. You let them, get on with themselves and make them look like the bad party. Then you deal with the situation in hand. But the other guy, that young guy, I had to give him his due yesterday. He de-escalated that, and he done the right thing in my eyes because nobody got hurt, and I wouldn't have liked to see anybody get hurt, not even that guy Sam getting hurt.
Who's Sam?
That's supposedly his name, that black guy.
Dublin Sam, is that what you call him?
Yeah, something like that.
Dub Sam, something like that, or Sound Dub.
Uh,
Well,
trying to
avoid
see
the city centre like a plague.
World War II.
It's getting that way, Paddy. The way it is becoming.
To be fair, Paddy, if you had seen it yesterday, you'd understand why you wouldn't want to be in there. You already saw shit. What's the story?
But now it's Thursday, yeah. You had them right down to his ankles. There's no excuse for that now. I know some people in New York and all, they have their trousers down, probably just below their bleeding arse cheeks, man. But like, not down around their ankles. That's a bit weird down an alleyway
And with another man as well.
with another man there in front of him.
Yeah, of course things can change in an instant. I'll be honest with you, my partner saw that video and she said, like, the way she put it to me was, I'm no spring chicken anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I can fight. Yeah, I'm not fucking, incapable of fighting. I've put a lot of weight behind me punches as well. But it only takes one bad move and you're gone. And it's like I got kids to think about and I got my missus to think about and all that sort of stuff. And I do look at that sort of situation. But not to say I'm not going to stand there and watch my mate getting stabbed either. Do you know what I mean? I will pick
Sam
up a
shouldn't
fucking piece of
have
ball and I'll
friendly.
knock off,
That was
He's a
what
hard
his mistake was, Aaron. You know, he was saying, don't be putting me on camera. Why didn't you just walk away? Walk away down the road. We wouldn't have followed him. We already got the footage, but then he came up and got in our faces. So it all changed from there.
He got the Mickey Brown. He's a book pirate.
Keep going.
Yeah, your other man looked like that. You wanted to blow him. You wouldn't know with them fucking mad things down there. You wouldn't. The way they sit around and they all huddle up on the ground together and they're all working out different things. They were stood up around the phone shop there, about four of them. I don't know whether they had a joint or they just fucking sharing a cigarette, but they were passing a cigarette around to each other and they were all talking in that jibber jabber and fucking God knows what they're planning, what they're doing, the next thing they're doing. The fraud down on that street would be unbelievable.
What's down that alleyway? Is there
There used to be a tattoos down there, yeah, and it used to be a person that holds your future. Now there's
is there
only a
no
barber down there.
is there no like hostel or anything down there?
No, they do
So
sleep
what
in them areas.
so what are they doing down the alleyway? What are they all hanging around down there? Is there about 6 or 7 of them?
Yeah, selling. That's what they're doing. Selling. I saw the same lunatic and English saying his trousers around his ankles. He's
Their culture.
had
Oh
that
yeah, I
culture.
did see that one run. Yeah. Is that where the lads bashed them up?
Well, do you know what I do think in my head, right? And it would have been actually a funny sight to see. When he had his boxers down around his ankles, make a massive run for him to give him a body.
I'm not getting in the middle of that one. Hope that. Some man with his trousers down.
Yeah, but can you imagine that? Imagine him tripping up over his pants and trying to get away from you.
As I said, have you seen that video clip? I don't know what country it's in, but I just seen the video clip where there's a man lying down asleep, a black lad, and he has his trousers down, and there's flies all around his arse cheeks.
It
Have you
leads
seen
to
that
the back of
video?
the garment. Oh,
Somebody
that's
else seen that
the
video?
fucking, what do you call it? That's the back where is a casino or something like that, Mr. Irish. The Mint. I know what you're saying. I fucking vaguely remember what you're saying there, but it used to be, was Johnny Eagles not down there? Johnny Eagles tattoos not used to be down there at one stage.
I remember the Mint, yeah.
Yeah, I remember the Mint as well. I just can't fucking.
I didn't think it was down that alleyway. I thought it was down Henry Street, down a little alleyway down Henry Street, you know.
But that's what I was saying to you. I wanted to walk down that alleyway there yesterday. Just to walk through it, because we walked through it the last time that we were down that way.
How you be?
Yeah, like BB. No, we should go back down there now in a week or so's time and just see if we can see him again.
Yeah, I'll be back in town again next week. I want to do a few more trips in town. Even like no, I walked down across the road from Trinity College. There was a free I don't know, fucking free music or fucking free fucking I
No,
don't know what it is, you know.
Jerry, was that not his son that done the one on Cable Street? Dr. Quirky's.
Maybe all on drugs.
Yeah, I'm sure Johnny Eagles was what do you call it, on near
Craigie's still
Morse.
there, is it? I can't even fucking remember
Quirky's is
now.
still there, but it's just a fucking casino now, isn't it? Like, not what it used to be. It's all for gambling only now.
Yeah.
I remember when there used to be like things in there for, like, you used to have Street Fighter and all that in there.
Yeah, they had something as well at the top. You can jump in it and like you're flying a plane.
Can't
You
remember.
ever
It's
see
been
it?
a
No?
long time ago since I was in there.
Yeah. Same as that, man. Talking about 15 years ago at least.
Johnny Eagle's son took over from him, didn't he? How do you know, Mousy? How do you know who Johnny Eagle is?
Couldn't tell you now who Johnny Eagles man is and if he took over or what,
It's
man.
only the fathers that are in Dublin got that tattoos done by Johnny Eagle. He was the dog's bollocks in his day when it
I'm
came to
looking to get another
tattoo.
tattoo. I don't know what to get, but I'm looking to get another tattoo.
Get the mouse on you. I keep him saying this. Get it on your neck.
I wouldn't be folk. I'm just gonna have to think about it.
I was thinking of getting what you call it, the Nigerian look.
Yeah.
Head to toe, 99% of my body. And then doing some classes, learn how to speak Nigerian.
Chop your tongue in half and do all that lizard thing, is it? You
Yeah,
ever see
yeah.
the man, the lizard fella, yeah? Fuck that.
Back on Moore Street, is it Funland?
1990.
Funland, Jesus Christ, that's going back a bit as well. Fucking Funderland. Like, you talking about Funderland on Christmas, or you talking about Funland that was on like O'Connell Street, I think it was at the time. Are you talking about that?
There was a
1990.
Funderland in, what's it called? Jesus, man, the bleeding head's gone. The RDS, wasn't it? There was a Funderland in RDS.
It'd be 32 years ago. I was in there and did
The
what you
Danger
call it.
Mouse shield with DM on it.
I know, I've been saying that to him for the last few years to get it done. Even get the eye patch done.
I will have me folk, yeah. I get one of my eyelids done with it.
That's what I'm saying to you. It'd be fucking deadly, Mousy.
It wouldn't be fucking deadly. If deadly for you, it's alright. It would be deadly for me. Imagine me going for a job with that.
What's your name? DM.
Every time I blink, the eye patch would disappear. They're like,
They
someone
probably
out
just
there,
take
right
the
there.
time to be in their fucking company.
Because I'm hearing a lot of people, man, they have tattoos and they're not able to get a job.
You can be Penfold. I'm too big to be fucking Penfold. I'm bigger than Mousy.
We'd have to get them the bottle and glasses to be Penfold.
Bottle and glasses. Jesus Christ, I haven't heard that said for fucking ages. My boyfriend lost a testicle. Chainsaw accident.
Fucking man, you're laughing at yourself. Fuck's sake.
Jesus Christ, man. Tara Destroyer. Welcome to the Lions.
Welcome to the Live Terry. How are you, James? Oh, definitely add you back in, James, into my other channel. I don't know what happened. Don't know who built you. Remember when you could get a breakie on the trains in Ireland? Now we get a bottle of water on the thing. Yeah.
7
You
years
get
ago, my parents were eaten by.
what? Why are you reading this?
What?
7 years ago, my parents were eaten by picnic
Picnic
cannibals.
handle.
Fuck's sake.
I've never forgotten it.
Is that you, Hugh, is it? Is that you now? That the terrier destroyer. You always comes in with a joke, straight away.
I know, come on. Did you read the first one as well?
I've seen the first one, yeah. My
Oh,
boyfriend asked
straight
Tesco
into
the
it.
chainsaw asking. My other boyfriend down here is Tesco to help now. Which man should I marry?
So, any news from anybody in here today? Two cannibals eating a
Yeah,
clown.
same to you, mate.
Does that taste?
Here's another one. Here's another one that's been always around from the very start.
Ew.
Same as Sean and all that. And James and all, yeah. They've all been around from the very start. Like, it's subscribed to my channel. Same as Davina. You keep on putting that back up, yeah? Is it a different one, is it?
It's a different one.
So disgusted. Those things worked, I wouldn't need a kill. And so she looks at the crotch and says, if that thing worked, I would never need a kill. For fuck's sake, man. How are your hoax? I think
I
it's
hope
more
you're
just
not wanting payment,
general.
payment for these jokes now.
Yeah. I think it's just general chatting, all that kind of stuff. We were talking about yesterday. Know yourself what happened yesterday.
How do you
How was
miss
Davina?
it?
Davina's been around from the very start as well. Same as Sasha. She's been around from the very start.
You're right, hoax. You're right. What's that? Pigmina? Pigna?
That's
What?
Davina. Davina.
Yeah.
That's the you met. You met her in Cork.
Yeah. I was like, what's the story with the P?
Yeah.
The P and P.
Cheers,
Right.
B. Same as James. James has been around from the very start. That's the crack tonight. James, we were just talking about it yesterday. I don't know if you've seen it on the Sugar Podcast channel. What happened on Moore Street, down the alleyway. The man had his jocks down.
There's a clip up on the page there.
Thought it was the lucky day. Until we walked around the corner.
I tell you something, for nothing, the fucking rain, the clouds opened up there today as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
God, it was fucking rinsing
It's still
blanket.
raining. It's still raining here, man. I don't know about you down your way. It's still raining here.
Oh, it's all right down here. It's dry now here, but it was. I mean, when it came down this end, it came down. It's fucking proper, fucking pissing out the skies. It's getting a bit nippy now as well. Starting
Yeah,
to
I
get
was
the
glad,
heat
man.
back on there.
I don't like it being too hot, man. Only start wandering around. You could be bleeding shattered. 5 minutes in, you're wrecked. The heat is bleeding, just killing you. That's why you walk down the shade. Yesterday I was walking down to the Lewis line, man. The sun was biting down. And next time I seen this big row of trees, it's just fuck that. I'm getting right into that shade there and I'm walking down that way. Staying out of that sun. It drains the life out of you. How are you, steady? How are you, bro? Steady, you know yourself's been around from the start as well.
You alright, steady Eddie?
Have you Ollie sick? Poor Blackie buried today.
Oh, he's ready today. Here we go. Another one.
My boyfriend's testicles were bitten off by a camel recently. Should I marry him when he wakes up from the coma, or marry his identical twin brother whose testicles are pretty in good shape? Fuck's sake.
Autumn coming. I was coming too bleeding soon. But Christmas is only around the corner. Who loves Christmas? I do.
What's coming around the corner, Giddy, is the big protest in the UK. That's what's coming around the corner. It's only 2 weeks away. Just 2 weeks away, isn't
What day
it?
was the first Rolling Stone record released? You won't get it right.
Yeah, with the shadows you create.
Poor Blackie gone, but not forgotten.
I think so, Davina. I think it's you. It reminds me of you.
How are you today, Tara?
If it's not you, it's definitely a family member. I love Christmas points. I'm not drinking myself, James. Don't. Doesn't bother me.
No, I love whiskey. And I can't say the other part, can I?
No.
I like Jack Daniels and anyway, put it that way. Jack Daniels and Coke on Christmas. Snuggled up watching all the Christmas movies and chilled out.
Jack Daniels and Schnockte.
Yeah, Coke. Coke. Not cocaine, but Coke.
Schnockte. Schnockte.
Yeah, snatch it. Comic Jamie Adams
Alex,
and
Jimmy Adams and Bud Jameson released their record Down by the Old Rio Grande at the Rolling Stones in 1930. It's available on YouTube.
I don't get that one.
Down by the Old Rio Grande. And I'm a bit slow to that one too. Sorry, you. If that's you.
Who's Owl Clip?
Yeah, so going back to what's it called, City, to Sagat there for a second. If anybody from Sagat around Tala area can support these women, they're doing a fantastic job. They're literally doing it on their own now.
Jerry, even if he is about just leave him go to the harmless things that he's doing, and anyway, it's not anything I wouldn't consider to be bad. Be grand. If anything like obscene or anything like that comes up, yeah, of course. But for now, just chilling it. It's no harm and a bit of fun and laughter while we're doing it. Sorry, Nancy, go ahead. You were saying?
No, I was just saying that these people need support. We need to get more people to come out and support these women. There's only about 6 of them, as we were told, about 6 of them that actually do it. And they were happy to see us there, supporting them, because they didn't think we were ever going to come out there, man. I remember people saying to me, will you come out? And I just says, all the way out there for what? Like, they're saying, like, no, it's going to be a march, but they're telling me we only have this amount of people. It's just it's not worth the journey sometimes. You feel like you're doing it on your own. You can't do these things on your own. And people might say, oh, Mousy, other people are taking your limelight kind of shit, but they're not. I want more people. I want more people to do this. I want fucking everybody to get out there and do this and show the government what's fucking going on in this country. Yeah, I can't be everywhere, and you can't be everywhere, and 420 can't be everywhere, and stuff like that. Man. That's why you need more people doing this. But some people are using the wrong narrative. You know what I mean? As I was talking to David today, and some people are using the wrong narratives. To spread. I don't know more. It's more like it is more. It's more hate than anything else. And that's what they're spreading, even against their own kind. And you know what I'm talking about, you know what I mean? And I was talking to David today. I had a good chat with him today. And he was telling me all about it. I told him, this is what happened to me. And I says, you're better off just staying away from me. He goes, I told him to fuck off. But I says, you're better off just, no, don't fucking give him a chance, man. Because it's going to do the same, it's going to be over and over again. You're going to be listening to the same bullshit. And I says, we're all out there, we're supposed to be supporting each other. But in the end, people just turn on each other. And people are threatening each other. And, you know, there's only a certain group out there, man, that we all stick together. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just removing that person that Jerry was on about before because just getting a bit too deep in there.
I've always said,
Just so it doesn't matter. It's removed now. Jerry's gone there anyway now.
that could have been you.
Got right lady there. No, he was being insulting towards Jerry directly.
All right. Are we ready, mate? Are we, Paul? You're there. Yeah, but as I was saying, man, they need support. They need more people out there, more women. There's only 6 of them, and it looks like they're nearly at the stage of giving up. Only for today's little speeches and us promoting videos and stuff like that. I think they're nearly at the stage of giving up. They were. Like they're marching down the street, 6 of them on their own. They're not making any effect. You know, that doesn't look like, you got
There's no ripple effect.
parents
There's no
supporting
ripple effect
you.
coming from it. They need the support. They need people coming in, and it don't
No.
matter from where.
Yeah. Doesn't matter from where, yeah. And I know people have turned on them because they actually didn't want to be supported. They wanted to do this themselves, and they thought we were kind of far right sort of people. That we were coming out to take control and say, look, we want fucking this and we want that. This is the way it's going to be done. That's the way they thought on the top. And now they can see that, no, these people aren't as bad as we thought they were. They aren't fair. Like, no, your woman was proud of us today. She wants to come over and thank us, but she said, we were already gone. And then she sent a message to 420 saying, tell Mousy, thanks very much for doing that, whatever they did today. So we appreciate the help. It's just there's not enough people that's actually getting up off their asses and don't get it.
What got me about the whole thing? If people were watching there then today, a woman that was saying that about the people drinking around the side of a house and
yeah,
always being approached and different things like that. I wouldn't like to be fucking living in the house and people doing that to me all the time either. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What she was saying as well, in their country, if you go into somebody else's house and take down the wallpaper, you actually own that house now. You're taking it's some sort of rule that they have that you can take down the wallpaper and that house now belongs to you. And that's what they were doing. Those people moved into that house. They snuck through the back door, get into the house, start ripping down the wallpaper, and trying to take over the house. And 3 old men had to go down and try sort it out, and they weren't able to handle them. They were in their whatever age they were.
They were in their late 60s.
Wherever they are, yeah, so they weren't able to handle them. So they had to get more help, and eventually they got them removed from the house.
Yeah, ended up that
As
the
your
rain
woman was
squad
saying,
had to go down and take them out.
even the police were saying, anything that happens at a house, the police are asking your woman, are you inciting this? And this woman has helped out. She was called a mother by these foreign kids that she used to house. Like, she used to bring them over and help them out. And they used to call her mother. And then she eventually met the mother of those children in real life and all that kind of stuff. And they were showing her off and saying, oh, look at my mother. This is the one we used to call mother. And then now she's getting a hassle off the foreigners, and she's trying to expose it. And the guy they've no interest. They're blaming her. They're saying, are you inciting this? Like, are you, antagonizing these people? Like, it's any fucking for real.
It's like there's girls being followed around town, going out for a drink, going down to the local chipper to get something to eat or whatever, and they're being followed up and down the roads in Sagard all the time. Some terrible, horrible stories I've heard when I was speaking to people down there. Do you know what I mean? And they're only a small town, and if this agreement with the City West goes ahead, currently they're putting more than 50% migrants into the town where they are. That'd be 50% of their population in that actual town if they put them in.
And as he said, they haven't got enough buses. This is what I've been saying to you before. They haven't got enough buses. Enough. Now, even on the Lewis, you go and jump onto a Lewis sometimes at 5 o'clock. The fucking thing is jam packed. You're like a bleeding sardine in there, man, squashed in a can. Yeah, they need. Just they're not looking at things properly. They're just moving 1,000 people into a village and then expecting just leaving the buses the way they are, leaving everything the way they are. It's just not going to work. There's not enough beds in hospitals as it is. Before these people came across here, there wasn't enough beds, and people were waiting on beds for days.
Sean, we're fully well aware, like even with Cork, we know about Cork, Limerick, Dublin, Galway, Sligo, all the places right across the whole country. And it's like kind of let it happen. Garda are kind of slightly protecting them. Do you know what I mean? But I put it to the coppers there off camera there today. I turned around and said, how many is this though, altogether? And he said between 12 and 14,000. And I says, if the people wanted to turn tomorrow, you're fucked, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? And he turned around and says, well, we'll probably just drop arms and just join us. And he was being genuine. This guy now, he was up at Soyak and he was annoying me and Mousy and a few others with his shorts on and his boots on, and he thinks that like to be fair for the copper, he wasn't so bad. But at the same time, the ignorance of them with these people coming in, that's what annoys me.
Yeah, sure, man. There was a copper in Newtown, Mount Kennedy, and we walked up to him, me, Leroy, and Paul walked up to him, and he says, "Lads, you had your chance. You know what he was talking about. You had your chance. Now they're moving in."
No, lady, there's not enough for them to stand up, and we could easily overturn this whole country in a heartbeat if we got enough people. I put just messing about on TikTok, and probably people have seen it. And I said on the 30th of October, every town, every village right across the whole of Ireland at the same time, say 4 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the day, come out of the house in that village, that town, that city centre, whatever the fuck it is, right across the whole of Ireland, all at the same time, and protest against government and get these cunts out of the country. Yeah. They done it in fucking Poland. 80 different places they done it in one go. We can't get even anywhere near organised that way. Hence the Polish don't have the proper pattern. If everybody across this whole fucking country came out and protested in their town, in their city, right across, even if you can't get into the city centre, do it in your estate. Get your flags out, get the people out. The Garda wouldn't know what to be doing. They'd be like, fuck me, everybody's out in the bleeding street with their flags and they're all protesting. They don't want these people in. They want them out. Where the fuck can we go? Can we go here? Can we go there? Can we go here? Can we go there? They wouldn't have enough resources to deal with the situation. It
This could be a
absolutely
good idea, Gilly, because this could no wait, some people can't make it to protest. I can understand some people and fit enough and all that kind of stuff. So just by doing this, raising your flag on that date.
No, come out and out your doorway if you can. Literally, if you want to, if you imagine this, right? If you imagine, just imagine this in your head for a second, right? If you went up to Tally, Dundalk and Ballyfernie, right? Because I know them places well enough. They're quite big estates, yeah? If you can't head outside your door, you come out your door, and I mean, get your pot and bang your fucking drum outside your fucking door, saying that you want it out. Make it known that you want these out, yeah? And you imagine that them three estates there all together at the same time. The fucking Garda wouldn't know what to do with themselves. They'd be like, what the fuck is going on here? And you didn't even have to leave your doorstep to do it.
Yeah,
all the nurses came out and danced. All the doctors came out and danced.
You might have a few more numbers, but you might look for like the odd one out on your own road, and you're the only person that's doing it. Do you know what I'm saying? there might be a lot of lefties in your estate that won't be involved.
Well, it doesn't
That
matter about
won't.
the elections. It matters about the people who want to be out.
No, I'm saying the ones that want to be involved, yeah, 100%. Yeah, if they can't get out to these protests, that's probably the least they can do is they just raise your flag outside on that day. We all do it at the same time, and yeah,
Well, it's not
show
about
our
raising a flag.
solidarity.
I mean, go out and make noise on your estate. Get your community involved. Get the people next door to you involved. Get to know your neighbours. Get them involved. Get everybody involved right across the country. The whole fucking 32 counties of Ireland to do it all at the one time. They want to,
Yeah,
they
I was just going to say that, right?
represent.
Seriously, yeah, I was just going to mention that. No, you might mention some of these things to your neighbours. Oh, get involved. You're banging your pots and pans and all that. They get involved, and they might just think you're racist. They might look at you differently. They might say, "No, this lad's just a racist, just spreading hate." Sure, I get a lot of that. Me getting me myself. I
Hold,
do.
hold, 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 hold on. Let me slow you down there for a sec, right?
No, no, no,
I'm
no,
not going
no. I'm right at what I'm saying. There
no,
is
I'm
going
not
to be
going to.
lefties in your estate, and they're obviously going to look at you. And I get this. Me own estate, man. I have people stopping me in my estate and saying to me, "Mousy, all migrants aren't that bad." You know what I'm saying? I get people that stop me in the road. I'm walking down the bleeding road and they're stopping their car and they're saying
Right,
it to
well,
me.
hold on. Can I just put this a different way to you, right? So just imagine one road and one estate. Yeah, you have 10 lefties that live on that road. There's over 100 houses on that road. But the other, just say 50 houses decide to come out and protest against these people being in here. Do you think for 2 seconds the lefties are going to open their mouth or say anything to you on the street? How the fuck? Yeah,
Right,
they're going
just
to go back
put it,
indoors and they go,
no,
I'm
no,
not
no,
getting
no.
involved.
Put it the opposite way around. Put it that there could be 50 lefties on that street and only
Yeah,
10
go
of
on.
the other side. There could be only 10 now on the far right, if you want to call them.
Well, I'll put it this way. We won't even go with fire right and all that, but here's something for you, right? I'll give you another fucking scenario, right? Trump turned around and he says he's going to take 5 billion away and funding. Okay. Uh, you watch with all these NGOs now, watch everything drop on this side of the water because as it is, they're not getting enough funding. And now it's even going to drop even worse because Ireland
As
is that.
James was saying there, man, there's too many people. And that's true. It's too many people brainwashed by RTE, call us racist. And there's loads of them too. There's
Yeah,
loads.
but
Like
if
my
you
own family, man, my own family were, like, if you want to call them brainwashed by RTA, and until they watched that documentary with supposedly me in it, and they put up the wrong picture and they're saying this is Derek Mousey, right? More about him later and all that kind of stuff. They says that's not you. I fucking told you RTA make mistakes too. They aren't always factual. I mean, they get their facts wrong sometimes too. And now they're totally different. They don't really listen to RTA. They might get the weather. Other than that, they wouldn't watch RTA. There's no more news. They get the news off their phone now.
Yeah, you get the weather off your phone now as well. Like to be fair, I said this about 3 years ago, even if not more. On your TV, you can go into your settings and you can remove RTA completely and Virgin off your fucking set box completely. That you never ever see that fucking page or that channel ever again. Do you know what I mean? And watch everything else that you want to watch.
This is what I'm saying, man. If we can get this news channel going, which I know we've talked about it a lot, we can get the news channel going. People can get rid of them apps. They wouldn't need them now. We're going to try to get the weather in it as well. Wherever we can, we get the weather for that day, and then people wouldn't need to go to RTE or go to Virgin. You just go to this channel, they get the weather, they get the news for that day, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have to go RTE, you wouldn't have to go anywhere. And there'd be none of this bullshit. No bullshit stories. All facts. None of this crap.
If anybody in Ireland was to turn off the fucking TV for 1 week, one fucking week, yeah, that they could do without a TV for 1 week and not tune into RTA as a kind of rebellion thing to RTA. Let me tell you something, they see their ratings going right down, fall through the roof. Let me tell you, they will not want to fuck with the people again. See, that's the problem with the people in this country. I said it once and I'll say it again. Yeah. In this country, when you're walking down through O'Connell Street or you're walking through Mary Street or whatever fucking street you're moving into, yeah, you will walk down that street and somebody will bump into you and you'll turn around and say sorry. And that's what we're doing with the government. The government is bumping into us and we're saying sorry to them. Should be the opposite way around. Do
That's
you
the problem with
understand?
the Irish. They're too nice. The Irish are too nice.
We need to stand up to this government, make them work for us. I'm sick to death of this government using the term racist and then these paid actors coming out calling people in Ireland racists. Who the fuck do they think they are? Do you know what I mean?
They're too
We
soft
are.
here, man. They're pushovers.
You,
And they know that.
no, that's what I'm saying. We've been genuine pushed into that. Do you know what I mean? And the thing is, just let me go back in history here a bit, which is not like as in history, but as in when you were young. When I was young, you played games called IRA. You played games called Kick the Can and whatever else. And you played Hitler, not knowing anything about Hitler. You were just doing the Hitler salute, walking around, doing the big marches and just being kids. Never in your fucking wildest dreams did you think you were doing that wrong. And there was plenty of movies out back then in the say 80s, 90s that were about the KKK. And you used to sit there laughing at these guys putting sheets on their head. But now, if we're to be even seen to be watching something like that, we're racist for watching it. What about the people who made them movies? Why have they not been shut down? Why have they not been fucking brought to court? Is it okay that they still get royalties from it? Do you know what I mean? So it's a bit of a fucking hot kettle, innit? So if you're Generation X in this country, you shouldn't be classed as racist at all because you didn't know what it was in the first place. If that makes sense to anybody. Because we certainly didn't know what racist is. I can't recall anybody black or Asian other than your one man that was in the bazaar in Thomas Street that used to sell a couple of jackets and whatever else. Do you know what I mean? But I can't recall anybody else. Do you know what I mean? And then they start trying to take black pudding away from us. They start saying, black sheep can't be played around kids anymore.
How are you, Frank?
All these different fucking things, like, do you know what I mean? That they're trying to
In
take
the
away from us.
jungle, the quiet jungle.
But no, but this is what I'm saying. Like the gollywog. Remember the gollywog? Remember the gollywog bars?
I do.
The ice cream gollywog bars. Like they're racist now. My
Remember the
sister had a
Mr.
black doll. My sister had a black doll. And in all
Remember
fairness,
the remember the Mr. Softy ad?
Mr.
I was in the
Softly,
room.
yeah. But you never get away with doing anything now. You all right, Frank? What's the story? You all right, KO?
WKO.
But yeah, this is what I'm getting at, right? We brought up in an era that we just did not give a fuck. And names certainly didn't hurt us. And then all
I know,
these
but
fucking broken
did you have any
records.
black friends or something when you were that age?
No,
You
none.
were young.
Zero.
I did.
None.
Yeah, I did.
Even in
I'm saying,
school, there was
I'm
only
not racist, man. You know what I mean? I've had a black friend. And he still class him as a mate. You know what I mean? I still
hold
talk to him
on.
these days. Still,
I understand that about you. Right? In the school that we went to, right, there was one black guy, big afro, yeah. We all used to call him Ed after the horse, Mr. Ed, yeah. And we used to all call him Ed, right? But what I'm saying is, he didn't get a bad life. Nobody called him like, you're black this or you whatever. Nobody ever called him that. Nobody. We didn't know what it was, even if you did call him it. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. The innocence of the people that are in this country and the
well, I knew,
generation.
man. I knew about. I wouldn't say the actual word racism, but I knew because of him. That just people are different.
Yeah,
That
but
kind of way.
who put that in your head that he was different?
You know yourself by looking at them when you're that age, when you're in primary
So hold
school.
on a minute, right? if I saw a Chinese dude back then, yeah, I go,
I
we
had a
want
Chinese,
him to
I had a
want on.
Chinese friend, and I had a Chinese friend in primary school.
Yeah, but
I knew that he wasn't,
yeah,
he didn't look like me
yeah, but with no, like, I'm
for the
not
rest of
saying
the
that
kids.
we were trying to be racist, Mousy. What I'm trying to say is we were being kids and we used to go, me Chinese, me play joke, me go wee wee in your Coke, to the
No,
Chinese. Yeah. And
I never done
majority of
that
the
when I was in
time,
primary school, but yeah.
yeah, but hold on, the majority of the time that we'd say that to somebody in the fucking Chinese or whatever messing, yeah, they'd laugh or they'd get angry and try getting you out with that sweeping brush. Yeah. But we only took it as a laugh. We didn't put it as, oh, you're being racist towards them. That's a no-no, and you don't do that and get a scolding for it, or you get your hand smacked, or you don't go near that place again, and never let me catch you do that again, or else I'll lock you up in prison. That's what they're doing now. That's how extreme they're gone to now. Do you know what I mean? This is what I'm trying to get at. People just need to lighten up a little bit
Yeah,
because
so if somebody calls me Paddy, man, I'm not offended by it. I just
yeah,
laugh.
but hold on. Let me put it a different way to you. If you're walking down the road, right, and a
Yeah.
black guy turns around and says, "Go on, you fucking potato eater," yeah, and I
Well,
got a copper. No,
I'd
just
say,
imagine
yeah,
this
I love
scenario.
spuds.
No, hold on. A copper walking up the roads. This is how this can happen in the UK. Just to let you know this, right? Somebody called you that, right, and a copper walking up the road. He'll walk straight
Yeah,
over to
no, he'd
him
be arrested. Yeah, I know.
if you're arrested, right,
Yeah,
for
I
a
know. I
racist
know. I know
joke.
it's right.
There's a young fella there I was watching on the video there tonight up at some protest, and he goes, "I like bacon." He
I
got
should
pulled
know
away
that,
from the
man.
fence and he got handcuffed and he got arrested. Yeah. But this is what I'm trying to tell you, guys. Like, I don't get it. Like, why are we afraid of insults? Like, when you went to work back then, are you telling me that your members of the people who worked with didn't have a little bit of banter calling your names or hurting your feelings? And they weren't racist comments. They were a lot fucking worse comments than fucking, you're a black this or you're a black that. There were a lot more worse than that. Some things could make you cry nearly, some of the things that people said to people back then. But nobody, and I mean nobody, ever fucking sat there and goes, "Oh, I want him locked up for that," or "I want, retribution. I want to fucking get money because he done that," or "You
It's
should
just,
give me a
to
house."
be honest, man, a lot of it is just Irish humour. It's just the way we are.
Yes,
Everything's a joke. Do you know what I
and we're
mean?
known for
We're
it.
very
Yeah,
light-hearted, We don't take life too serious, We don't take it,
no, it's
too
not that we're
serious.
known for it. Right over the coast, the whole fucking globe, we're known for being humorous people. We're loved
Sure,
across
sure.
the
My dad
world.
and my uncle went into a Chinese one time, and he said to your man behind the Chinese, "Do you sell Greyhound here?" And your man said, "No." He goes, "Whatever you saw me last night ran fucking right through me." Get the fuck out of the Chinese. And I was down the Chinese the other day. My older brother's gay, and he has his fella was there, and we were getting a Chinese, and his fella cut his 2 fingers and walked. So we're down the Chinese, and I said to his fella, "Did you say to your man you wanted? Did your man say to you want your finger?" And he goes, "What?" And then I said to me brother, I says, "Do you know what happened, mate? He was in the Chinese, and the fucking Chinese lad says to him, 'Do you want saw finger?' And he goes, 'No, I have two already, from cutting in this job.'" And that's just Irish banter. It's nothing personal, Like, I have a joke with the Chinese
This is
down there.
what my point
It's,
is. This is
you
why
don't take
this is
them personal,
yeah, but this is what I'm trying to tell you. This is why I think that the Irish people should go back to that stage. And
Yeah, but
don't
now
mind what these
that's what
black
they're
people are
classing them,
saying.
and any of that kind of stuff now is probably classed as racism. Everything, all that kind of stuff now, they're
No.
classed as
Listen, come here.
racism.
Look, if you get 1,000 people, right, that do the same thing, right, well, say 100,000 people across Ireland decide to do that tomorrow. Go back to the 90s and speak the way they used to and have banter and call people whatever the fuck they wanted to call them. Yeah. And nobody takes any response from it. Nobody goes, "Oh well," and let the blacks go on with themselves, let the Asians go on with themselves, let all these foreigners go on with themselves. Go to the guards, go get them arrested. 100,000 people every week that do that. Do you think that them coppers are going to deal with it? Do you think the court it'll be backed up to the end of fucking exile before they'd have to no choice but to turn around and say, "Come here, listen, you can't keep on coming in and telling me these things." Do you know what I mean? Words are all hurty words. They don't hurt anybody, as in physically hurt them or mentally hurt them, and you don't live with it for the rest of your life either. Do you know what I mean? That's a load of bollocks. That is. That's like, yeah, we say that we live with, right, the famine. the genocide.
But there is, man.
of
There is.
Venezuela.
I don't know if you get it. Like, you know, I've as I said, I had a black friend growing up, and
Yeah, I
I
do get
hung
it.
around him since we were. Listen, I hung around him since we were young, since we were 9, just say 9 years old. I knew him all the way through my teenage years, all the way through my 20s. I still hung around with him, still went out drinking with him and all that kind of stuff. Anytime we got pulled over by the guard, he was always called a black bastard. Shut up, you black bastard.
By the
That's the
Garda.
truth. By the guard. 100%. And he'll tell you that himself. If you ever meet him, I'll introduce you one day. If you
Yeah,
ever
well,
meet him,
hold
you
on a
can
minute.
ask him.
Yeah, but Mousy, hold on a minute. I don't go out of our attentions to go to black people and call them a black bastard. Yeah, I
But
wouldn't do
that's
that
what,
in England, right?
no, I'm not
Because
saying you.
I'm more
I'm
civilized
saying
than
that's
that.
what happens. This is what happens in society as well. Like what Cannon is sometimes saying, he goes overboard by saying that the whole of Ireland is racist. But if he was just saying that the police are, he did mention one time in his life, he says the police, the Gardaí are very racist. And he's probably right. Because I've noticed that, by hanging around with him, getting pulled over all the time with him, that they were always targeting him by colour. And that's the truth. That's the truth, 100%. So it does happen to the Gardaí. Some are absolute dickheads that just want it. No, because
Right. Okay. Right.
know
That
yourself.
friend of yours. Right. So I'm recalling a story that you were telling me about that friend of yours. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna change this story around a little bit, right? But is he in a good professional job at the moment?
I don't know. He's working. I don't know what work he's doing to tell you the truth.
Yeah, but what do you say he still does?
I don't know what he does, man. That's the tell you the truth. I don't know what he does. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
He
So hold
we
on. Right.
grew up
So if
together.
you have a white guy, right, that got a terrible time off the guard, right, when he
Yeah,
was growing up, because he knew he was a cunt. He used to say he used to steal cars or he used to sell drugs or whatever he used to do,
yeah.
yeah. And a copper comes up, he's not using the skin color against him, but he's saying you're a dirty little tramp you are. And like look at this, I've been in your house and it stinks or something like that, yeah, in front of all your friends and whatever else, right? Is that not
Yeah.
giving him a hard time too?
Not really. You're
No.
talking about property. You're talking about property there. Totally different thing.
No, but hold on. I'm trying to degrade this person. So
Yeah, but
it's degrade.
you're degrading them by using their house as an example, and the house is not a
No,
good example.
okay.
It's not the
The
property.
person, the person in question, like saying, like making up something about him that he's this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And making him look little to his friends in front of everybody else. Are you saying that that's not the same as being racistly abused?
We'd be letting them by saying what?
You're filthy. You have scabies last week or something stupid like that. Yeah.
Would that be
Uh,
making
yeah,
assumptions, wouldn't it?
yeah, you're making assumptions, but you're making an assumption as well that he's black. And because he's black, he has more rights than what I do. You're right,
No,
420, your story, bro.
but he wouldn't be assuming that your man is black. You can see he's black.
Yeah, but they're assuming that. How is that more hopeful than anything else that's said to another person? That's what I don't get.
I know, but it really depends what you're talking about that he said to another person. If he's talking about property, it's not the same. If he's
Right,
talking
so
about
he's a white
you have
gay boy. Yeah,
scabies,
no, hold
he's
on.
making,
He's a white
and he
gay.
hasn't
He's a
got
white gay boy,
scabies.
and he starts
He's making
calling
the
him a
story up.
faggot. Yeah, and he says, "Like, come on, pillow, or whatever." That sort of way, right? But he's a white guy. What's the difference?
There's no difference. That's still discriminating.
That's what I'm trying to say to you. There's no such thing as
No, but that's
discriminating.
different.
You
That's
only
the,
take it as real as what you believe it.
no, but that's still different. That's still, as I said, no, the police don't use that. They wouldn't. They might maybe do. I didn't hang around with fucking any gay men, so I don't know. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know if the police do give them any fucking hassle, however the fuck. But
Right. So
from
so
experience, hanging around
if
with a
you're
black
stopped
fella,
by if
I
you're stopped
know
by the Garda
he got
as a
racially
white
abused.
guy, straight as fuck, and the Garda turns around to you and says, "Go on out of that mouse here, butt pirate."
Say again. Say the start the story again.
So you're getting stopped by the Garda,
Right.
a few years ago, well, 10 years ago, 10, 20 years ago, and the copper
Right.
stops and goes, go on now, that mouse, you're a book pirate, but you're not a book pirate, yeah? Do you get what I'm saying? Would
No,
you
that's
take offense
different.
to that?
That's different because I'm not gay,
Or would
man.
you take offense to it?
So that's different.
But would you take
And plus
offense to it?
that's different. It is different. I mean, they're not talking about that's how you feel. You know, that's how a person feels. But you're talking about the skin color. It's different. I'm
I
not
don't see
racist.
it.
I'm 100% not racist, man. I'm 100%.
I don't see it. No, I don't see it as racist because I don't
What they
believe
do
in
in their own
racism.
countries, man, let them do it. I mean, that's what I
Yeah,
always
but
say. I don't care what
I
people
don't.
do in
Yeah,
their
but
own countries. Let them do it.
this is what I'm trying to tell you. I don't believe in racism. I don't believe in the word racism. I just don't believe in it. I just think it's a hokey word. I just think it's a way of people being able to put on the bandwagon a word to make the other people feel like, oh, well, like, checkmate, you can't say anything to me because I'm black. Do you know what I mean? That's the way I feel about it. So I
Have
should
you
get
ever heard
away
it?
with ever
I'm
what
not sure.
crime I'm doing because of
I
colour
don't
of my
know. I don't know
skin.
if you've ever heard of it, but do you ever, I don't know if people would know in the comments now, or maybe I have the song name wrong. But something like "Don't Call Me Blackie Whitey." Have you ever heard that song before? Have you ever heard that?
I'll have to find that song for me now because I never
I
heard that
think
now.
it's something like that. It's an old song now. It's probably 60s. I don't know, 60s or something like that. I've seen it up there before, and it says, "Don't call me Blackie Whitey."
Anti-white problem needs a pro-white solution. Yeah, we could all run around Rumple and we could put fucking bed sheets over our head and we could then deal with that pro-white situation then. But it's like like I put up videos in the past, yeah.
Story
Uh,
420.
look at me, I'm white and I'm proud of it. Do you know what I mean? Look at this beautiful white skin. Do you know what I mean? And it does get up the nose of certain people. But when you get a bleeding ninja walking across the road to you, for instance, over here telling you, oh, you shouldn't dress like that, you shouldn't be showing off like your knickers, or you shouldn't be showing off your boobs or not like that to a woman, right? Like, who the fuck are they to, please anything? To
But
tell
it's all right
people
for
what
them
they
to,
can wear and what
it's
they
all
can
right
do.
for them to walk around with their jocks around their ankles.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's normality in their country, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm trying to say, Paul. I grew up in a 99% white fucking population, yeah? And there is no, like, haughty words. That's all I put down fucking racism to. And people make a big, massive effort about it. So, like, can we have wait for the day that we're all called white cunts or something like that? Or they call us crackers, don't they?
I used to
So
know, but
when you start, can I use cracker as a haughty word, or is it a racist word towards me because I'm white? I mean, can I get them arrested and can I go after hate speech laws if that's the case being? But then again, in this country, they're allowing you to identify the fuck what you want to be. So I'm a white guy, as you know me, but if I want to identify as a black white lesbian, I want to be a black lesbian one night and a white lesbian the next night, and I want to be a fucking kangaroo by the end of the week. How serious do the guy have to take that?
crackers and cheese. Drop the cheese, I'll have the crackers.
No, but I'm right in what I'm saying, Elsie, am I? You
uh,
think about what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, why should people be insulted or worried about what they get called? Like I'd be more concerned about the cunt that walk up and give me a smack of a bar into the side of the head.
I'll be honest, I don't give a
So,
fuck what man calls. You know what I mean? That's to tell you the truth. I don't like words don't hurt me. It's like as you used to hear when you were young, sticks and stones that break your bones, but names will never hurt you. You know what I mean? They
this is
don't.
what
I
my
mean,
point. Now this is what my point is. This is what I'm
I know,
trying to fucking
but not
draw out now.
everybody, but not the world. The world doesn't think like that anymore, man. That's the problem.
That's the problem. That's the exact problem. People need to get rid of that fucking lag that's in your fucking body right now, and don't be afraid to speak your mind of who you are and what you're about. Like certain people came up here and said, you can call me racist till the fucking cows come home. I'm wearing that badge with fucking pride at the moment because these people are making me feel that way that I should do. Yeah. Not that I want to, it's the way that they're instilling it in me.
Every
And
education,
Do you understand what
And
I'm
the white
saying?
people are only 8% of the global population. It's going to
How
get
many
less, isn't it?
you what?
I said it's going to be less. Only 8% of
And
the
they are racist
population
and actually
are
it's a
blue eyed.
crumbling.
I'm part of that 8% in
Rumble,
anyway.
Rumble, like I say about this Nazi thing and all that race, like that's what them words we just need to get out of our mouth because it doesn't phase me. None of that. Like I just don't get it. Do you know what I mean? Why is everybody afraid of haughty words? Why the fuck is everybody kind of turning around to themselves and going, "Oh, careful what you say there. Don't say this and don't say that." Why the fuck can you not say what you want to say? Tell me what's stopping you. What's stopping other people's ears hearing what you want to fucking say? And why is it that it has to be a law put on it? Why is it saying that you have to be locked up for it, or you have to be brought to court for it, or you done something fucking wrong for it? What, you a naughty little child?
See, some
Give
people are
the fuck
more
over.
get more offended than others, Giddy. You know what I mean? Me personally, I wouldn't take anything offensive. You know what I mean? You're a potato fucking eater, whatever. You're Paddy, whatever. You know, if I lived in England
Right?
and everybody called me Paddy, it wouldn't bother me. You know what I mean? Or everybody called
Yeah,
me
but
potato.
I'm
It
not
wouldn't
talking
bother
about.
me.
Yeah, but Melcy, I'm not talking about fucking potato. I'm talking about generally well-being in your community as people of who you know and where you are, right? This
You don't have.
entity of people have came into our country, okay, and what
Yeah,
they're
we
trying
lost
to
all that
do
faith
is
in them.
strip us of our rights of who we are. Yeah, why the fucking God's balls would we need to be stripped of our rights of who we are, and that's just the way we are. Do you
It's
understand?
the money, man. It's 100% the money. That's all it is. There's plenty of money. If they keep on housing all these people, there's plenty of money, and they give them all the money for housing. There's money probably coming from all these fucking Middle Eastern countries as well. Oil money probably being
Yes,
pumped into the
there you
country as
go.
well,
Look,
man.
yeah, Lady Bear put it in there. Yeah, it's to stop people coming together. That's what this is. And
38%.
the fucking quicker we start opening our eyes and start realizing, you got to open your fucking eyes and say, no, fuck all this racist bollocks that's going on, because that's exactly what it is. Racist
Are we
bollocks.
clear that?
Racist. Sorry, NGOs. Yeah, NGOs are getting paid fucking severely to push the narrative. They're getting
Massive money.
money thrown into schools to teach our kids horrible things that they don't need to be taught. Why can't they pump money in for fucking education for our own students to go down and get accommodation? Why can't they fucking put proper trades in schools for the kids when they leave school? Why can't they make it mandatory for a child when they reach 16 to have to go and get their full license and have to get their full license, not a provisional license, go and get their full license, make it mandatory in school that you do that. And when you reach 18, make it mandatory before you leave school that you have to get your passport and it has to be a 10-year passport. Why can't they make them things mandatory? Them simple little things in life where then it educates our young to know that they can drive, they have a passport, they can go anywhere in the world they want to go. Rather than, leave them out in the lurch, leave school nice and early, don't have a brain cell in your head, don't get a fucking trade, end up in a dead end job, and then probably on the dole later on in life. No wonder you turn to drugs or drink because the government doesn't want to fucking help you progress in your life. The money that they're
But as your man
wasting
even
on so
said
many
today,
things in this country is
there's nothing
unbelievable.
left in the country. There's nothing there. There's nothing. It's boring. He says in his own area, it's boring. All there is a little park there. He says, "Aren't they walking around the fucking thing about 400 times?" There's nothing in these areas anymore, and they're bringing all these men in. There's nothing there for people to do.
We
People are
went
going to
up
other
to
towns just to get a.
we went past the park there the other week last year it was in Corker Park. It's near Dundalkin there, yeah. Near the motorway. Right. A nice little park. We pulled in and right enough in it there was about 4 or 5 were they Romanians or were they mixed of different cultures or whatever. But they were having a barbecue there, having a great time, drinking their bottles of beer. If that had been a bunch of Irish guys doing the exact same thing there, the guard would have been down, stomping that out, taking the beard off them, pouring it out, telling them that they're getting a fine for drinking in public and blah, 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 blah. But because you're privileged to have different colour skin or you're from a different country, That's fine for you to go ahead and burn whatever the fuck you want and drink whatever you want in public in front of anybody you like, whether it be kids or not. You
It's
know,
like
so
around, it's like around homeless people, Giddy. Around homeless people have been moved off the streets. And a woman's been going around to all these tents the last couple of weeks. I won't mention her name, but she's been keeping them, informing me. She's gone around to all these tents. She went into the Garda station. She mentioned to the Garda, these are all camping along the Dodder there, all along the Dodder. And the Garda says, oh, sure, they can do whatever they want to do along the Dodder there. They can camp there if they want. But they were allowed camp there, but around Irish people aren't allowed camp there. Around Irish are hidden along the Dodder there in
do
certain
you not
places. So
remember?
I went in and found them.
Well, that stands out in my mind. Do you not remember the Irish guy that was up in a tent up in the north side there, and the truck came along and lifted up the tent when he was in it and caused like really bad damage to the guy? Yeah,
Yeah,
because they were taking Irish tents up and binning them and not letting them sleep anywhere.
that's
Like
right, yeah.
I don't understand the Irish homeless in this city at the moment. If I was them, right, and I was in their predicament, I'd be up outside the doll every single fucking night of the week, pissing, shitting there, and fucking eating there, or whatever needs to be done, until such time they come out and say, "Listen, come here in a minute, we're putting you in somewhere here because this can't be fucking going on forever." The amount of homeless people that are on the streets that are going to die this year during this cold weather, again. Meanwhile, no fucking migrant is going to come into this country and he's not going to die in the street. How does that
Not
like?
only that, they're living in fear as well, Giddy. No, they're not on the streets, you're living in fear. You're not just living
Yeah,
like, no, it's other people are robbing you as well.
it's not a great life. Yeah, I know. I'm fully well aware of it. Do you know what I mean? But what I am saying to you is, if you need the help and you're not going to get the help, get down onto the doll. Sleep like turn the doll outside the doll into a fucking sleeping quarters and fucking
They
stay
tried that,
there.
man.
Hold it out.
They tried that, and John and I tried that a couple of weeks ago. It didn't work out.
If I tell you something for nothing, nerdy, if it was the case being that you could put them in hotels, why can't they share these migrant centres
Every
with
nerdy.
these migrants? Why can't they go in and have 3 meals a day with them? And why can't they have a lovely fresh bed at night? Is it because I thought diversity works? I thought that's what the government wanted. So if they want so much diversity, why don't they let the Irish homeless stay in these hotels where they're all being put up nice and comfortably? Let all the Irish homeless go down to City West or go to the Red Cow or go to Maldron or whatever fucking hotel is there available to them and put them in rooms on their own where they have a nice shower, they have a nice bed, and they have a nice dinner every fucking day. You know what I mean?
But I
Until
think,
such
Giddy,
time.
I think they should be getting one of those, like, not those cabins that they have, but not those kind of, not like prefabs, but not those that they have for the migrants now they're using. They should be
Yeah,
putting the Irish families, homeless families, into them. If they're able to house these people, why can't they house the fucking? Don't, this is what families look for. Now that your own the kids grow up and they want their own house. They want somewhere they can call home. They don't want to be living out of a fucking hotel. I mean, they want
this,
a
this
house.
is this is what my fucking absolute boils me fucking piss about this, yeah. And I swear to God, you have grown up men that are in that up to now late 20s, early 30s that are staying in mum and dad's house because they can't afford to go out and get a house themselves because the money, like they want 10%, right? So the cheapest house, let's say, in Dublin at the moment, if it was a 2 bedroom, is probably about 280 grand. Yeah. So 10% of 280 grand. Just say they have to have about 25k in the bank. But in the process of doing that, if they're not staying at mum and dad's, right? How are they gonna fucking save that paying 2 grand a month on fucking rent? Out of a fucking 3.5 grand job a month. It doesn't make fucking sense. The maths just doesn't add up. And the government are fully well aware of it. Like you want a 4 bedroom house or a 3 bedroom house, like you have to do without kids. But yeah, Indians can come in here and their missus don't have to work. He can work, but they don't work. And the same with Pakistanis. Their missus don't work. He works, and they can have 4 and 5 kids and still get social welfare and still go and buy a house. Please do tell me how the fuck they're getting away with it and we're not.
Sure, isn't there a fella in Wicklow? We got I think it's a 9 bed or something like that, 9 bedroom house or something, big, massive fucking house.
Yeah, because they had a big
Uh,
massive.
9 kids or something he has, yeah.
And your man that was like, look, your man in the UK, right? He got a house in Kent, right? He had I think it was 9 kids or 10 kids or something like that, and he had 3 wives or something stupid like that, right? They gave him a house that's worth like 1.5 million. 1.5 fucking million. Like, please, God, tell me why these are getting so many things thrown at them like that. What is happening? How much of the people who are selling us out being given to sell us out like that? Yeah, all right, dog,
This is
man.
what the government is. This is what the government is doing as well. Giddy, they're buying these houses at 1.5 million. They're saying, "Should we'll buy the house, we'll build on it, and we'll build 70 apartments, and we'll make much more money off these people."
1.5 million. What the? I know exactly, Nerdy. This is what I'm trying to say. 1.5 million pound house given to a guy because he had so many kids and so many wives.
Laugh,
Like,
lad. It's
that's what.
just bouncing from topic to topic.
Can I just say? Can I just say that like in a different way to you? Yeah. So when they were trying to remove mother from the, you know, the referendum about the mother being removed, that's the
Yeah,
reason why you wanted the mother removed. Because if they had removed it, then all these cunts that are coming in will be able to turn around and say, "Well, I've got 3 wives and I've got 4 wives, but they're not mothers." Do you understand what I'm saying? So with that, then they'd be allowed to get housed with their so-called wives and other wives. But because the mother of your children gets housed with you, that's the only person that can get housed with you. So if they took mother out of the constitution, that'd no longer be the fact for them people bringing all them wives in with them. Now they're starting to bring in the women and the children. And they're not coming in with like 1 child or 2 children. They're coming in with 4 and 5 children.
yeah. An
So if you
army.
have an area of 40,000 people that are white in one part of Dublin, right? Just to give you an idea here, if you have, say, even 10,000 of them families in that fucking constituency, yeah, they have 4 kids. Within the next 5 years, you'll be outnumbered 2 to 1, 3 to 1. Within 10 years, it'll be 4 or 5 to 1. And before you know it, you won't be even able to fucking rent a house down that way because they don't want your colour skin down there. I was told yesterday on Moore Street, if you actually watch me live video, the guy who was doing the barbecue, all we were doing was being nice to him. And he says, "I don't speak English," and turned his back and walked away from us. Do you know what I
And
mean?
he's an actual setter on Moore Street, so obviously he's going to speak English, and he does speak English because I've talked to him before, and I asked him, "Is that halal meat?" And he goes, "No, that's halal meat, and that's just normal pork and normal meat there." So he did speak to me before. That's why I couldn't do the American accent with him yesterday. I had to do the American accent with the baldy headed fella. He
He
didn't
seems to
know
be
me.
just a right fucking twat. And anyway, he seems to be a fucking absolute melon.
He was the boss
Yeah.
anyway, yeah.
Yeah, he just like the state of him, the cheek of him. And I hope people watch that and go, "Do you know what? Don't buy nothing off the cunt. Let the cunt suffer now." Like, how much are they paying for those little stalls down there? Like, we have all our own young women down there and women that have been on them stalls for donkeys years old, selling the fruit and veg. And these cunts are coming along. Yeah, have too many phone shops down there. Why do
The
we need
county
all them
council,
phone
man.
shops?
The county council is buying those things for them.
Yeah,
They're probably buying the
and
stock or bringing the stock in, but
yeah,
the
and
council
they're
isn't
fucking,
putting all that, getting security for them.
yeah, security and everything from.
With our
Do you know
own
what
Irish stalls, they don't have security, don't have nothing. The women are, they're getting robbed by the bleeding Romanians down there in the street. And these lads are just standing around, so should we protect our own?
You
You know,
see
that kind
one
of way.
video where
It's not
uh,
right.
you see one video there where the Romanians are going in through the doors of the Ilex, yeah. And I videoed them on the way up, I videoed on the way back down, I videoed them going back up again, but across the road on fourth occasion. And I sat across the road, just videoing straight across the road at the Ilex doors. They actually had a disabled child in a wheelchair with them, and they were still going in, whipping the fuck out of the place. They have no morals, these people.
No. So you asked the man, I have a video there, I need to post it, where I walked up to your man at the shop there, on that little small little cheap shop. What's it called?
Yeah,
Euro Joint or something like that, whatever you
yeah,
call
yeah,
it. It's
yeah,
on that street.
yeah. You're not
Yeah,
joking,
I
yeah.
walked into the store there and I asked him, do you have much trouble with the Roman gypsies? And yes. He was actually for them himself, man. He's probably a migrant. That's the
Great
truth.
interview with the Pakistani security guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked him a few questions. I did. It's 420. I asked him a few questions during it, and he's living in Dublin for that security guard is. He's done a master's over here in his last year. So, like, what was he claiming? He's 21 years of age or something.
I don't know
21,
what
I
age
think
it
I
was.
asked him, he said 21 or something like that. So, 4 years to get, like, a degree, but he claimed that he cleared his master's in a year here. I think he clocked on to when I asked his age. I think he clocked on to the fact that, oh, I want to be careful not telling him a porky here. But at the same time, he's living in Dublin 4, a 1,000 euro rent apartment for one person in Dublin 4. Have you ever heard the likes of it? I don't think so. Are you all right, dog man, Vic?
You're talking about he has a house. How many bedroom house?
Just a one bedroom, house there. Do you know what I mean? But this is what my point is. For 1,000 a month, I was
A
like,
one
what
bedroom
fucking
apartment, you mean?
yeah, what? Yeah, well, no, a house like only him in that one building. Do you know what I mean? And in D4 for 1,000 euro a fucking month. I don't even
Yeah.
know where there's rooms for 1,000 euro a month in D4. Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't get a
Either
bleeding
way.
toilet in D4 for £1,000 a month.
He's
Do you
been
know what I mean?
sorted out through the council. That's what it is. He works for the council.
Yes,
He's been
exactly.
supplied. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what he give him cheap.
he's being handed everything on a plate. Meanwhile, we have our own homeless sitting down outside the forecourt, wrapped up in a fucking sleeping bag with a shitty little tent over them, freezing cold, rain all over them, fucking stinking all day, every day, with no amenities to go to. Yeah, I understand some have mental health, some have drink problems, some have drug problems. But come here, it doesn't take a genius to put them in the right direction where they could go on a daily basis. Like, I think literally the leisure centres, all the leisure centres right across this country, should allow the homeless go in and have a little bit of dignity and wash themselves in the showers for nothing free every
He
day
should be.
if they want it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Little
He
bit of
should have some
dignity
sort of
gives them.
facilities there for them. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's owned by the fucking council, and the council could do it if they wanted it.
Yeah. What would it take, man? That's all I'm saying. It wouldn't take
We've
that
been
much
paying
money.
for more parking spaces up there in D4. Yeah, that's right. That Finbar, yeah, this is what I'm saying. This guy
What's the
is
story you've been back?
absolutely. But there's like 101 other things there that's going on behind our backs that we don't know about. They read every little bit of literature that we've got on our social welfare, our housing system, the laws in and out backwards. And that's exactly what they do. Do you know what I mean? That's how they're getting what they're getting because they know the fucking laws inside and out. Like, you go to the council tomorrow and you say, I've nowhere to go, I'm homeless. They hand you a tent. And if you put in that you've got a medical condition, they are responsible for you then. But you're not responsible for it if you're actually of sound mind and you can do things yourself.
Yeah.
Wall Street women
Wall
are
Street
money.
women are Molly Malone. They're the heart of Dublin's culture, and council is attacking them by putting foreign sellers all over the Moore Street. Uh, Buckley's, butchers, and the women surrounded. Yeah, I think the butchers could be going as well. Execution.
Now, FX has not been like the original butcher down there, bear in mind, right? But still, it's an open butcher,
Buckley's,
right? What?
Buckley's been there for years. Buckley's been there for years.
Is it always been Buckley's, isn't it? I thought it was something else
Yeah.
before that.
No, I think it's Buckley's always through the 80s and all that. 90s, I mean.
It's the same over in Thomas Street. There used to be about 4 or 5 butchers all facing each other. One where the doll was, one across the road from the doll. The doll, where you used to get your social welfare, yeah. Across from Little now, you know more as, right? And then there was another one, Fayes, that was up in the middle. Then you had your man up in Maid Street. Now all that's left is your man up Main Street. There's no other butcher along there. The clock is gone completely. Do you know what I mean? And then you have all these new things like the academy after coming along, and they're turning it into Studentville. And they started that beside the big clock tower in Thomas Street many fucking years ago, putting all these student accommodation in. But then if you walk up into that street now, they're putting fucking refugees up in it.
Yeah,
It's full of pubs, yeah. The first pub I ever had a pint in was just up beside the old clock. Like that's where like parts of my family in School Street grew up. You know what I mean? I was born in James Street flats. Do you know what I mean? Marble
yeah,
Lane,
but yeah, the place
Long
is
Street,
based in the land.
Basin Lane. If you turn like I remember like even when I was young, if you turned around and said you're from Basin Lane, it's very unlikely you'd be given a job. Do you know what I mean? Because you're from Basin Lane. So
It was
was
the
that
same as
not like
this. It was the same as this estate Giddy as well. This, you know, I do hear listen to Mincer sometimes on TikTok, and he says
you're
that the
breaking up
travellers
there?
are.
Man.
Am I? Can you hear me now? Yeah.
Just a little bit, yeah. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, I do listen to Mincer sometimes on TikTok, and he just say, to, you know, all the travellers were discriminated against. So I do say to him, you don't understand. Sometimes council estates were discriminated against. You know, when I was growing up, because I lived in the council estate and I lived in an area that was, you know, nice houses and all in it, and then there's only like a couple of council estates in it, and you know you kind of
Actually, question,
discriminate against. You go looking
actually,
for a
question.
job, and they're asking you from, are you from that area? Yeah, yeah. Sorry, no jobs, no work here.
Actually, a question, right?
Go on.
Not yourself personally, but I'll ask everybody in the comments here, right? Can anybody in here, right? You saw somebody mentioning Clearys before, right? But can you tell me the reason why Frawley's, or Clearys, or Roaches closed down? Why did they close down? What was the reason behind them closing down? Was it a loss of money, earnings, or did they sell to a bigger bidder? Then you had Debenhams that went and left us as well. Like, you know, it can't be all just coincidental that these companies left Ireland just as they were. And then all of a sudden, a load of fucking refugees coming here Ireland straight directly after all. For years and years, from a kid, I can remember Roaches stores. I can remember Cleary's going to see Santa in it. And it was the highlight of Christmas to go to Cleary's back then. Even the
It's
kids
taken,
are
it's
being
taken that
taken.
every away Giddy from the 90s. Like no, even your used to have a bonfire at Halloween. Like, now
Yeah.
they're banning all these bonfires everywhere.
Do you know what they're
They're
doing in
ripping
the
them all up.
UK, right? I'll just tell you a quick note on that, what they're doing in the UK, right? So, bonfires, just to give you an example here, right? There's a big party that happens in the park every once a year in Manchester in a place called Heaton Park, right? It's massive, Heaton Park is, right? And probably about 60,000 to 100,000 people fit in it, right? But what they used to do was every Halloween up there, they used to get what the council did and made a massive bonfire for Halloween night, right? So this one night, everybody was getting together as we normally did, and you know, all the let's say Catholics, as we like to call it, that are living in Manchester, believe it or not, and we'd say, yeah, get your beard out, and you know, we head off up into Heaton Park, get our wellies on because we're a bit soggy and whatever else going up. And he said, yeah, there's a bonfire up there. Well, you read the part where it said bonfire, yeah. So when you went up, you're expecting to smell smoke and see fucking big sparks coming from it and everything else, and all the fireworks. When we went up, there was a big LED screen with a picture of a bonfire on it because it was more humane for the fucking climate change that was happening there.
I'd
And
say
then they
that was
done a big
cringy
bunch
as
of
fuck.
fireworks. You what?
I'd say that was cringy as fuck that day.
Yeah, it was. Of course it was because you were waiting to
Don't you
smell the
see a big
fire and
massive
everything else.
bonfire and you just see this LED screen there with a bonfire on it and
Yeah,
the sound of crackling.
yeah, that's what it exactly was. Yeah. And then just to make it a little bit more interesting, they put a fair, which they put there anyway. You know what I mean? A little fair that like all the kids could go on loads of different rides and different stuff like that. And then there was about, I think it was about 10 o'clock or 10:30 or something like that. they done a firework display that went on for a good 20 minutes, half an hour. Decent amount of fireworks.
Yeah.
But this no at that time, believe it or not, Lady Ray, it was about climate change, believe it or not. Fucking serious. Because when people were looking at it, they were all going about like the climate. Kitty had dragged up my matches and pallets. Yeah, I did many times. Doors, pallets, you name it, even down to the
Oh, no,
factories. We used to drag from Clondalkin. We used to go to all the fucking factories and grab all the pallets. We'd be bailing them over the wall. We'd be in the builders providers and taking the apex roofs and everything we did. We were
we
little
had a tour,
bastards.
we had a tour company just above the top of the road there. So we just bed in there, roll all the tours down. The fucking thing be
Yeah,
full of tour.
yeah. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Is the guys, they're taking away all these things from the kids. The kids are collecting wood up this end already. Do you know what I mean? For Halloween already, and they're stashing it everywhere because they know the council won't let them have the bonfire. Do you know what I mean? They actually got the police down, the Garda down, I should say. What was it? Not last year, the year before. Now, my missus is a 50-year-old woman, right? And she turned around and says to the guards, it says, "Can you not just let them have that bleeding bonfire? What the fuck is wrong with you?" They turned around, they gave me missus a Section 8 and asked her to leave. She should have more common sense because she wanted the kids to enjoy that bonfire where there was bunches of men, adults, all there that were going to light the fire. The kids weren't going to get involved with it, but they stopped it. Then they turned around and they said, like not the guy that this is the school turned around and says, "Oh, we're not going to have a nativity play this year because it might offend other students." Like, so it doesn't matter, like, ruin our kids' Christmas, but don't offend the small majority of these people that are Muslim that don't like our fucking things in our schools. Please tell me where I'm going wrong here. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm starting to really get like pissed off with being told that you can't do this and you can't do that and you can't do the other. Who the fuck do you think they are? Like,
But even nightclubs, Giddy, everything has changed. From the way we lived in the 90s was, Ireland was fantastic, man. It was a great place to live.
what was the
Plenty of
main thing
money.
you got slapped on the doors when you were in the 90s and say late early 2000s? Yeah, when you got
Yeah,
stopped at the door and you weren't allowed in, what was the reason mainly for it?
regulars only.
Ah, I'll tell you what it
Dublin.
was. I'll tell you what it was, right? The manager used to walk out some of the bars, right? Now, I'm not talking about just Dublin, I'm talking about Manchester because I've done quite a bit of time on the doors. And he'd walk back up to us and he'd
Yeah,
get the
we're
radio, he'd
talking
say,
about Ireland back in the
yeah, no,
90s.
no, I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. And it wasn't much different here, to be fair, either. Uh, yeah, no shorts, yeah, and no crocodiles. That's what they used to say. That was
Still
Lacoste.
drunk.
You weren't allowed Lacoste on your t-shirt, yeah. You weren't allowed to have white socks on, right? No steel toe boots. If like I don't know where the fuck they got that one from, right? I didn't even realize people were wearing steel toe boots going out. And
Still
anyway,
have kids.
you weren't allowed pointy shoes, pointy fucking shoes. Like, what the fuck is that about, right? Uh, some of the things that they came out with to like stop people coming in antagonized and made it more, annoying for people to cause trouble. Do you know what I mean? You're too sexy for the bar. Yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? But every single board that walked past, yeah, yeah, you can go in. Yeah, you can go in. No
Your hair
worries.
too tight.
You know what I'm saying? But like every board would walk past, not a bother in the world. Like, I'll be honest with you, I'd be fucking very straight. There was security guys there that I know that would turn around literally. And like, if you want to ask about crowd or being bold towards somebody, yeah, I had these lads there. Like, don't get me wrong, good looking lads, all that sort of shit, well looked after themselves, kind of thing. But if you turn around to some of the girls and go, "Nah, you're ugly, you're not getting in here tonight," and they turn away and they go away as well, like no answers, no questions asked. They go and do what they want to do, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? The muzzies used to come down in their cars at about say 12:30 at night, mommy and daddy's Mercedes or mommy and daddy's whatever car, and they'd be flying up and down the street with four of them in it, and they'd be drinking water. Not one of them drunk, not even smoking a joint between them. and they'd be only waiting for the girls to come out of the clubs that were drunk. Not that they weren't bad to them. They were trying to chat them up. They were trying to be, they were normal in a sense, but they were oversexed at the same time. That they thought, oh, get a drink in them, we get them then, and we know that we're getting our wicked way there. But that's the way.
But even the
That was the
parties back
stage.
then, not just the street parties, but the house parties back then. Like nobody
Yeah,
does that anymore. The young people don't do that anymore. We
because
used
they
to have
can't
the house
afford a fucking
parties.
house. They can't afford a
Right?
house to do it. They can't afford a flat or a house to do it. That's
Yeah,
the reason why.
but sometimes you used to have, I heard of a house party down Dundrum, not that far from right from me. And the young one had
Where?
invited, she went online and she said to everybody that she had a free house and the bleeding thing was ransacked. This is what used to be happening back in the day, but nobody does it anymore.
Well,
Nobody
I'm
has
gonna
house
give you.
parties.
Well, hold on. Here's an example of fucking the 90s. Like, if you didn't have a house party to go to, you got fucking a big bag of fucking Duracell batteries. You got your ghetto blast and you fucked off up into the Tala Mountains. And
Yeah,
you
and you
had
brought
your
your
red
cans with
wine.
you, yeah.
You what?
And you brought your cans with you, yeah.
Yeah, you brought your cans with you and you got your magic mushrooms, or you had fucking acid, or you had your A's, or whatever the fuck you had, yeah? And you'd be up there, mashed out your mallet in the middle of a forest somewhere, and fucking, there'd be fuck all lighthearted coming in where you were. And it was like, matter that somebody probably lighting a little fire or something in the middle of the forest while everybody was there dancing away and bopping off their
See
head.
you later,
Fucking
lady.
mashed out.
Right? Take care.
See you later, lady. Well, on that note as well, guys, we've been on here now for hour and 40 odd minutes.
Yeah,
We were only supposed to come on for an hour, but Plim Souls were great for
you had a good
dancing.
rap for him anyway.
Plim Souls. I think we all wore a fucking Adidas torsion at the time. Adidas torsion or your Nike. Mashed out your mallet a few times. I'm fucking telling you, how you survived some of them or how you got home was beyond me.
I still, yeah, I might have been there a few times.
I share. I honestly, I don't know how I got home sometimes. Like, that's how bad it was. But you
But
always
most of the
seem to
time,
find
man,
your way home.
most of the time, you can't remember nothing. But you remember, you just wake up the next morning in your bed and you're like, how the fuck did I get here? What happened? You
Do you
wouldn't
remember
remember
kissing
nothing.
all the girls? Would you remember kissing all the girls? Would you remember who you kissed?
Most of the time, yeah. Like,
Yeah, I used to know.
you hear an odd story, you done this, you done that, and I'm like, what? No, because you'd be so fucking, whatever, you still got hit. You wouldn't remember half the shit, man.
Man, I tell you, I got myself into a lot of trouble in those days. An awful lot of trouble. Fuck
And the
me.
ski match was us. Yeah,
It depends on how much links you smelt of. It smelled like a Hero's handbag going out, you did. With your hair and your hair gel and all that. And you think that you're the bee's knees with all your fancy, nice new clobber on, and you come back fucking in bits.
yeah. It's all changed now. The bleeding whole place has changed, man. There's nothing to go to anymore. There's nothing. Or you might go to,
Where
um,
you used to have to walk fucking
out
girls
for a
for
meal.
about
That's probably as far as people go
3 miles
nowadays,
up the other end of
for a night
Clondalkin.
out.
Yeah, you used to have to
What?
walk girls. You used to have to walk girls like 2 or 3 miles up the other end of Clondalkin, all on the bait that you were gonna get a little bit or something. Yeah. Sometimes you got fuck off. You got a kiss and see you later. That was it. Do you know what I mean? But that was the sort of people we were then, young lads that we were. We'd walk them girls home, and yeah, you probably get a kiss or you'd be up at the chipper or whatever may be the case. Yeah.
Yeah, well, don't get me
And
wrong, man. That's still happening today.
no, no, no. These young fellas, they don't care. They're not the same. Telling you now. They say, "Oh, I'm not walking up there with you. Can I borrow your jacket?" No, you can't borrow my jacket. Get lost.
Yeah,
Go fucking make their way home.
but they're not all the same, man. Not all young lads are the same. They wouldn't all think the same. There is young lads out there that still do the same thing. Like they
because
still
the
do that.
outlets are not opening doors anymore for them.
There's nothing there for them. That's what I'm talking about. When they get older, there's nothing there for them to go. Let's go to the pub and have a pint. There are a lot of pubs are closing these days as well. Let's just go out and have something to eat. That's the gummy they're bleeding night out. That's all. That's all there is now in Ireland. There's nothing. No entertainment. There's nothing left. They ripped it all apart.
No, it's not that we're older. That's all it is. We don't know what to go looking for now.
As I say, man, I know a lot of DJs. I know the events that are going on. You might get another event on every 6 months. It's not like the way it used to be. But
Every
it was every
weekend you'd have
weekend.
something to go
Yeah,
to. You'd have
somewhere.
passes
Yeah,
or admission passes or tickets or whatever.
yeah. Be an underground event or something happening.
In the hills,
No.
down at Blessing the Lakes, fucking illegal raves in the hills. Going over to the UK because it was easy to go over on the boat. It used to cost you, I think it was at the time, it used to cost you about 15 quid or something like that return.
The one that always sticks out in my head, man, is the Hellfire Club.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know who's watching in the comments there. Like, anybody that knows the Hellfire Club. But there was a rave up there a good few years ago now. Probably fucking 30 years ago, was it, Giddy?
oh
I don't know.
jeez.
We can't remember now.
Yeah,
It was a
I'd
good,
say 20 years ago, roughly.
yeah, it's around there.
I only know because I was saving at the time and I used to have to, if I took out and had to drink loads of water, had to do loads of fucking running. And like, let me tell you something, it was hard going. Because you waste out your head on the fucking Thursday or the Friday, yeah? And you'd be like, fucking knowing that you're back in barracks either Monday morning or Sunday evening. Do you know what I mean? And if you got tested on that like that, or you came in, you were bollocks. That was your job done.
Do you remember, Sean? I remember it too. I'll never forget it. You know, something that was sticking me back in my head. It was one of the maddest nights or the maddest raves I've ever went to.
15 and duty free
Get your
whiskey.
coat, your pull. There you go, Giddy. Get your coat, your pulls.
Your naff jacket. Your naff jacket.
It's not ladder in your tights or a stairway to heaven.
Was it a stairway to heaven?
It's that ladder in your tights or a stairway to heaven. That's your chat of line.
No, I don't know. I never done chat up lines. I had the looks. I used to get the women.
You're not getting it anyway.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Naff. Did a
Naff
naff. Remember the naff, yeah?
and Los Angeles Raider jackets and shit like that. There was other ones like with the dancing hairdy doing on the back of it. Can't remember what the fuck they were called. And yeah, Wrangler jeans and Levi's jeans. You couldn't
No,
have orange.
she's so talker.
Well, see, you smell talker.
The ladder in your tights or a stairway to heaven.
The fucking women even wear tights nowadays. The young ones wear tights. I don't think anybody wears tights anymore, Mousy. Spliff jackets,
Place
yeah.
place in North Dublin was called the Mansion. Oh, yeah. You
The
keep
first
horse up there.
rave, the first massive rave or the rave first thing kind of thing from then that I remember was, if anybody does remember them, they were like had a smiley face on the purple chest or yellow back, and he had a small little hoodie on it, and it like be as a house on it or something like that. But all mad looking, mad fucked up colours on it. Do you know what I mean? Which are Bermuda shorts.
I had a couple of naff jackets already. Round up.
Yeah, I had one of those, the fucking suede ones with the black and fucking red collar.
I can't remember now, tell you so.
Jesus, I had some mad looking clothes I did.
Derek White versus Gideon Golden on Nintendo 64. Let's make it happen. To be honest, luckily, I remember having a session with three other lads, and we played that game all the night. All night. I think we went down to about 6 in the morning.
That was fucking deadly on the NES. Like that was, you could shoot out everything with the fucking gun as well.
That was the man. We played that at about 6 o'clock in the morning. Matchstick. I had to have matchsticks open me to keep my eyes open, man. I tell you, I couldn't keep my eyes open. We were still playing it. I had this fella there, right? He says to me, right, Mousy, if you can beat me on this, I'll go home. Because I had a free gaff, you know, had a bit of session in my gaff. And this fella was over from America. And he was saying, Mousy, he was actually Irish, but he lived in my estate. He moved over to America, came back, and he was like, no, visiting all the lads. And he came visiting me. He said, right, I'll go home if you can beat me in the game. I couldn't fucking beat, man. I had matchsticks open. I tell you, I had matchsticks to my eyes. So he keep my eyes open. My eyes were fucking, couldn't, kept me falling asleep. Couldn't beat him. He said, I'm going to go home. about fucking, I don't know what time it was, man. 7 o'clock in the morning, probably, when time he went home. We were playing that, man, Jesus, for hours on end. But I'm not really a computer player. I don't play computers that much, man. I haven't played a computer game now in years.
Well, on that note, guys, I'm going to bid you good night. And anyway, so I say, Dogman Vic, KO, Aaron.
Yeah, thanks everyone for coming in. Davina.
Lockery, Davina, Paddy, Hillbilly, Frank Barron. Jeez, I can't remember any other names. I don't mean to be rude. I can't remember every name.
John and Paul. Thanks for coming in.
Good night, motherfucker.
Take care, Michael. Awesome, bro. Sean, take care, bro. Dogman.
Lovely having you all in, and thanks so much for coming in and supporting.
John, fair play, Hillbilly. Education, fair play for coming in.
Yeah, education for coming in as well.
As always, you're always in here. Chugiela. See you all later, folks. Nice for tuning in.
Good night. Take care, and God bless everybody.